What's up, world? This is We Need a Fifth. It's your man Mo. Got my man P in the building.
Let's make this quick. I gotta go to the gym, man. They're giving out contracts. They're giving out bags, man. I'm trying to get to the league, man. Let's make this quick,
Got my
man.
man, got, got my man Kyle on the line. What's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas? Number one fan. Number one fan.
Okay, okay. Um, fellas, it's off season, NBA off season. One of the most exciting times of the year, as far as I'm concerned. Free agency started this Friday. It's Saturday, so we're in the second day of free agency. Um, let's talk about who stayed. We got a couple of players that were able to, re-sign with their teams. A couple of notable players that everybody was watching out for. I'm gonna start off with most notable. I think is Draymond Green. He's going to be staying with the Golden State Warriors. I think everybody assumed that would be the case, but there were a lot of stories about other teams being interested in him. He got 4 years, 100 million. I thought that was a fair contract. I thought that was hey, thanks for the titles. We respect you for what you bring to this team and acknowledge what you contribute. But we're not going to jump out the building to keep you here. I thought that was a respectable contract, definitely. Brooke Lopez, I believe, is staying with the Milwaukee Bucks, right?
Yeah.
As well as Chris Middleton re-signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. So it looks like Milwaukee is gonna run it back, see if they can recapture the title with the same squad. Anybody missing notable that say Jeremy Grant got re-signed Portland Trailblazers.
Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma staying with the Wizards was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah. Wow.
I thought they were going to blow. I thought they were going to totally blow it up. I thought they were really trying to just get off of the bigger contracts. Personally,
Yeah.
so him resigning there for 100 mil was a little bit of a surprise to me.
Well, you were thinking as a smart GM. That was your mistake. That's where you failed. Yeah, I just want to bring up this upstart guy, this Kyrie Irving guy, resigned to Dallas, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
3 years, 126 million.
I'm not sure if this was an omission by mistake from Mo, but yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I really didn't like the Kyrie Irving to Dallas trade, and I really don't like the Kyrie Irving re-signed to Dallas. I don't think that team is competitive as constituted. I don't know who they can stop.
Yeah, I loved the trade. To be honest, I loved the trade when it happened. I do not like these results.
I always had concerns about that trade because it doesn't play competitive defense. Kyrie is even when Kyrie's being competitive, and those are few and far in between. But even when he is competitive, he's not a defensive barrier to a superior offensive player or something like that, or NBA offensive player. And then behind them, they had no defenders.
Yeah,
Nobody.
I think that's more the issue. Like going in, I know Luke and Kyrie weren't all defensive, players.
Yeah, definitely.
But I thought their offensive talent alone would at least get them in the playoffs. Even if they lost in the first round, for them not to even make the playing game is crazy to me. Still, I can't. Yeah.
Honestly, I can't say I was too surprised. Like I said, they traded away some of their best defenders to get Kyrie.
Yeah.
And even those defenders were not blowing anybody's socks away as far as their competitive defensive prowess. But like if you trade the best ones away, you're left with the other guys.
I
Well,
mean,
playing defense.
sometimes you come across teams where their best defense is their offense. And I think that's what this Dallas Mavericks team is really trying to do. They're trying to put you in a position where their offense is so efficient that it puts pressure on you on the offensive end to kind of have to match them. And can't some teams can't keep they're not going to be able to keep up with that pace. If Kyrie is his usual self, is if Luca is his usual self, you see they just picked up Seth Curry. So they're adding shooting as well. It's gonna put a lot of pressure on teams to have to be efficient on the offensive end as well. And so I think that's going to be they're just going to try to outscore you every night. They're just going to try to outscore you every night. And can you keep up with them is going to be the question.
And see, my only problem with their, because I agree that, hey, that has to be the solution that they've come up with and why they re-signed Kyrie Irving. My only problem with that is that philosophy hasn't been proven. Nobody's won like that. Nobody's won a chip like that. Every championship team at some point in time has to be a top tier defensive team or be able to get some stops. Especially if you look at the last 10, 20 years, most of the champions top five in the defensive categories. Golden State, all their championship wins, even the last one. Hey, when they were in the postseason, they're top five.
But
And defensive,
I think Golden State is the prime example. I think Golden State puts so much pressure on you on the offensive end. When Steph comes
but
down and hits that 30-foot three, that puts pressure on you to match that. Now they don't
I,
have to play good defense there. That's just putting
but
pressure on your offense.
but my thing is like this: what took them over the top, what got Golden State a championship, is when they were able to lock down and stop somebody. Yeah, we can, because truth be told, you're dealing with all professionals. Everybody's good. Everybody can shoot, dribble, pass. You know what I mean? So there are very few teams where you can say, hey, me and Luca can outscore you. They can't outscore Phoenix. They can't outscore Lakers. They can't outscore Golden State. They can't outscore the Sacramento Kings. There are a number of teams that can keep up with them. What separates the good teams from the championship teams is, hey, at one point in time, we've decided as a team, we're going to stop you from scoring. Even Denver during this championship run. What's the difference? Hey, you had a Aaron Gordon that was engaged, totally bought in on the defensive end. You had Michael Porter Jr. until the finals was totally bought in on the defensive end. And even Joker gave you some inspired play on the defensive end. They're champions now. So for me, that's it. And if you can't say at one point in time, hey, we're going to be able to stop somebody, stop them from scoring, then you have no shot at competing for a championship. You have to be able to stop somebody. The difference between LeBron James winning in Cleveland and Golden State, he stopped somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
so let me ask both of you guys. Like, do you think so? You don't think they're a playoff team? You think they're going to miss the playoffs again?
surprise.
I think they'll be back in. I think they'll be back in the playoffs this year.
I think if they're back in the playoffs, I got them 7 through 10 seed.
No, the West is tough. I was thinking of all the teams. That's about
Yeah.
right. They, 7, 8, yeah, that's about right.
I mean, with Ja missing 25 games, who
But they
knows
can
what's
play.
happened? Who knows what the situation is in Minnesota? If Cat is even going to be there, when the season starts, or the structure, construction of that team. New Orleans, whoever, who knows what's going to happen with New Orleans. So I think, look, Dallas should make the playoffs. They have two of the top, what do you want to say, 25 players in the league?
I agree. I would agree.
Okay.
They should make the play. They should make the playoffs. You don't look like you agree, P.
Again, these are like two of my favorite players. I love watching them play. Like I love Luka's game. I love Kyrie's game. But I mean, the results is the results, and I think we all know why the results are what they are as defense. So, are they
Well,
all
I
of a
mean,
sudden going to start playing better
And what?
defense? I don't think so.
so if they don't make the playoffs this year, then that's a terrible deal that Mark Cuban just gave to Kyrie Irving ultimately.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna lose Luka Doncic.
possibly.
I agree.
And again, I want to
Yes.
like full disclosure. I was with it the first. Like when Kyrie went to Dallas, I was like, yes, Luka got some help. Like, you know what I mean? But again, I see the
I
results.
was not there,
I,
yo.
I,
Like,
I can't. What you want me to say? I was wrong, obviously. So I'm hoping that they do make the playoffs. I'm rooting for them, but I think like even like the Seth Curry edition, I don't think that really. I mean, of course, it helps offensively, but it doesn't help their weakness, which is defense. You know what I mean? So,
like, yeah, because I think they're geared up to beat the the lottery level teams that are expected to be in the NBA draft lottery. I think they're geared to beat those teams,
yeah, because
but teams that hey,
frankly, I don't think I don't think they're better than Put it this way, I don't think they can outscore Sacramento. I don't think they can outscore Golden State. Both Los Angeles teams, if healthy, Phoenix, Denver, Memphis, like you know what I mean. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
yeah, yeah,
It's going to be yeah, man.
they need to get some dogs over there, some guys that don't mind starring in their role and know that their role is to play some deep. Stop
And
for them.
Kyle, hey, you brought up the Pelicans. I didn't even think about them. If Zion get his mind right,
Yeah,
that's just another team.
yeah,
Minnesota, the West is tough.
yeah,
West is
yeah.
tough.
I got another player that was re-signed. I see is D'Angelo Russell. The Lakers picked him back up. I'm gonna be honest, as a Laker fan, I am not happy with this. Um,
Mm.
I thought that we needed to get off of Russell. I thought we needed to get a little younger, a little bit more aggressive. I would have loved if they had made a trade offer for DeJounte Murray out of Atlanta. I would have loved to got him at the point guard playing with LeBron and AD. Um, we'll see. We'll see. It looks like the Lakers are basically running it back. They've re-signed Rui Hachimura. I think they've also re-signed Austin Reeves as well. So it looks like the Lakers are trying to run it back, see what this team could do with a full season under its belt. P, you don't look happy about that. You don't look pleased with that.
I think for like 2 weeks straight, I felt like I was trying to give Pelinka the blueprint. Get Kyrie. I don't care what you got to do. Get Kyrie. I know what we just said about his defense, but I'm okay with him being on the Lakers because you got AD, you have Vanderbilt, you
you have
have other
defenders around them. Yeah.
I think they're running it back. They're going to get the same results.
Western Conference sweep.
If they're lucky, because are they better than Golden State? I'm not so sure. Like I'm not so sure the
Oh,
Lakers are the second best team in the West
oh,
right now.
you don't think the
Hey,
Lakers got better? You don't think the Lakers team today is better than the Lakers team before free agency
That's the
started?
why would I? What did they get? What did I miss?
no.
Oh,
They're better than
They
the Russell Westbrook Lakers.
they
That's what
added
I think
some
about it.
they added some very good depth. I mean, they
Yep.
added Torian Prince. That's a good depth piece. They added Jackson Hayes, some good size. They added Gabe Vincent, solid. I mean, you're talking about look, what you want Gabe Vincent or you want Dennis Schroeder?
I think
there's
I
a
want Dennis
there's a
Schroeder.
there's a
I think
difference.
Oh, no, come on.
I think I
Look,
want
look, look.
Dennis the Millions.
I'm
Well,
No,
I
come on.
understand
Look,
for the
no, I'm not
price.
trying to belittle
I'll
no
take
one.
Gabe Vincent.
I
Gabe,
sincerely think they're very similar. I do.
okay. Okay. You're getting Gabe Vincent at $11 million a year. I think Dennis Schroeder signed for about $13 million a year in
Yeah,
wherever he went.
yeah.
I will give you Jackson
I
Hayes.
think Gabe Vincent is
That
a
was a
much Gabe Vincent is a much better 3-point shooter than Dennis Schroeder is.
That's really.
okay. What I'm saying is, do you think they could beat Denver?
Well, I mean, look, that's ultimately the question, but they're
I,
still better
I, th-
than what they were.
I think it really depends on honestly LeBron and how healthy he comes to it. LeBron and AD. Like if you could give me AD being consistent every game,
Yeah.
not every other game, I'm gonna get a great game from you.
We've
And
been saying that for
LeBron's
years,
not.
though.
Right. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to me,
It
I
is what
understand.
it is.
You may say, and you could be correct. They got better, but I don't think it's going to be like visible. Because if they make it to the Western Conference and lose, okay, they got better, but you got the same results. And that's just me being bitter that Kyrie didn't get there. I think. 'Cause I thought okay, with
Yeah,
Kyrie, they had a
yeah,
chance to
yeah.
beat Denver.
I think that's it. Because Pete, like we were talking off here the other day, I think what Lakers management has seen is like, all right, the team as constructed that got us to the Western Conference Finals, that team was only together for like 26 games. You know what I mean? And what you call it? And during that time period, the Lakers had the best record in the league. Just
Mm-hmm.
from the point that they traded Westbrook away and got that new squad to the end of the season, they had the best record.
I hear all of that, but that team beat Golden State. So there was no, oh, we got to get our stuff together. Then they beat Golden State. They're on their way. So I don't think it was a cohesion thing. I just think they weren't better than Denver.
And that's why I bring up LeBron being not 100%. I think that matters. You know
The
what I
old,
mean? I know.
yeah, he's not going to heal
I know in
fast
year 20 and
as he gets
whatnot,
older. Yeah, yeah.
and
This might be more Logan than Wolverine at this point.
and then what you call it, you can't discount how D'Angelo Russell failed to show up during the postseason,
So you think he's going to do
especially
it this
during the.
season? Or is that Kyle could chime in? Maybe Gabe Vincent is the answer, where you don't have to depend on D'Angelo Russell, I guess. But
I think you got. I think you're gonna have a couple of. I think you're gonna have a couple of options there. I think obviously Austin Reeves. I think they're banking a little bit on his
Development.
progression, his development. So I think that's going to be important. And look, you can kill me if you want. I think under the radar, low key, sleeper signing is Cam Reddish.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
We gonna go there.
Look. I'm not. I won't put the whole house on it. I won't put the whole house on it.
you went to 34th Street.
Yeah.
I personally, I'm one that wanted to see Cam get more playing time over some of the other guys from Duke on our team.
No,
Me personally.
No, to be fair, I think he's talented.
New York,
Like,
New York.
this is not a talent thing. I don't know if he just has that fire. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what type of tutelage LeBron provides to the younger guys. I don't know if this is a situation. This is the last chance for Cam. You're with the greatest, arguably, one of the greatest players to ever play it. You know what I mean? Like, soak in everything that you can and leave it out on the court. I think this is a good opportunity for him. If he taps into that talent, I think the Lakers could really. I don't know if they can beat Denver, but I think they can push them up. They can obviously push them much further than they did this year, which was what, get swept.
Yes.
Yeah. Mama always told me when people tell you who they are, believe them. I think Cam Reddish
Mm,
has told us who he is, yo.
mm.
And I believe him. I believe him.
Wise
Hold on, but
words.
you don't believe, but that you don't apply that rule to Anthony Davis.
No, but we see how good he is,
Yeah,
though. We just know
which is
we know he's not gonna be available. Oh, you talking about Mo? I already
yeah,
told you
and
about my
like
Lakers.
I've always said that. Hey, what keeps Anthony Davis from being in that greatest of all time discussion is availability, and and
And so,
and and now more
and
now more recently consistency. Like, hey,
so
when you
it
are available, I need you to be consistent. Like I
right,
need it
right.
game 1, 2, and 3, not just
Right.
1 and 3 and 5. You know what I mean? Like no. So,
Yeah.
but I'm starting to believe him, Kyle. I'm believing that. Hey, at this point, we have to say Anthony Davis is not that dude. He's not
Okay.
the number one option. You know what I mean? Or at least he doesn't want it. It doesn't seem like he's ready to take on that responsibility. And at this point in his career, you got to say if he's not ready now, when is he going to be?
Well, that was going to be my question to you because if you have Anthony Davis and you're a Lakers team that brings in Kyrie Irving, with LeBron having a player option after this year, are you comfortable with leaving that team possibly in the hands of Kyrie and AD?
I
Oh
mean,
no.
if you,
Oh.
and I think that's part of the reason why they didn't sign him. You know, I think that's all in the metrics in the sense that,
Yeah.
hey,
I, I,
let's see what this squad that we have here um, works out to be, and
yeah.
also it limits our luxury tax liability. You know
Yep.
what I mean? As
Yep.
opposed to getting rid of debt that we just reestablished after trading Westbrook away, that we lost by trading for Westbrook, reestablishing that debt. And if we get Kyrie, we lose that because there's no way
Mhm.
we can keep everybody and get Kyrie at the same time and
Right.
try to mitigate the losses as far as the luxury tax is concerned. I think it was purely a business decision in that sense. And then you add on the fact that hey, we only have LeBron for maybe a year more.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was a no-brainer decision for them. Unfortunately, you know, as much as I would love for them to have Kyrie, I can understand the business decision that they made. And Pete totally disagrees with me. Go ahead, Pete.
No, I
Get
just
at me. Go ahead.
I've been on record. I thought the Lakers season came down to Kyrie or no Kyrie. That's it. Like everything else is cool. Everything else is to me semantics. You know what I mean? They might lose in Game 7 to Denver in the Western Conference Finals. Okay, like that's how I'm looking at it.
But I think Rob Pelinka is playing the long game. I think Rob
Yeah,
Pelinka is planning for the post LeBron Lakers. And
but
if you want to invest in Kyrie Irving as part of that, then that's very shaky.
I think you're going to okay. You're saying if LeBron leaves, you don't want Kyrie and AD to run the ship. Once LeBron leaves, either way, it's over, bro. So you might as well go for it this year. Once LeBron leaves, you're done.
I don't know that because LA
But
is one of the few teams that actually attracts free agents. And so once LeBron leaves, you'll have the space. I mean, there's always going to be guys that are going to become available. The Lakers have never had a problem replacing stars.
Right. If that's the case, and you're correct with that, but that's the case. If you have KD and Kyrie, KD and Kyrie, AD and Kyrie, and if LeBron's leave, you could bring somebody in once LeBron leaves. His contract comes off the books, right? So you could bring in that superstar and team him with Kyrie and AD. I just think if you have LeBron and AD on your team, it should be championship or bust. I wouldn't be thinking about the future. I would think we could win the chip right now.
They're not going to beat Denver, but at least
So
they're
then
not putting. They're
that's
not,
what
but at least look. But
no,
like I said,
I
these are.
think they have a chance to beat Denver. Hey,
Oh,
Denver is taking steps back. Hey, they
they
didn't
lost
bring
Bruce
back Braun.
Brown.
I
Yeah.
I I think you're
Hey,
putting a little bit too much into the role players. Bruce Brown, that is a hit.
Okay.
That is a hit because he
Okay.
really balled out. But
Okay.
I mean, he got two
Yo,
for
people
45. Indiana
people
values the
forget.
role players.
yeah, and they got Tyrese Halliburton. Let me know
Hey,
when the play-in game starts, just to see if they're in it or not.
I
Good
remember.
job, Indiana.
Hey, let's not totally poo-poo on the role players because hey, during Joker's MVP years, I remember who he was.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
He
I'm not. No,
wasn't
no, no.
getting
I'm
you out
not
of the second
pulling.
round. Like,
I think Bruce. I'm happy for Bruce Brown. I saw him with the Nets. He got better. He put the work in. All of that. I'm just saying they're not losing Jamal Murray. They're losing Bruce Bowen. There's a difference. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference. They'll be okay. Denver will be okay next year. They'll survive. They'll survive.
So you got them repeating.
I would say they're my favorites. Yeah.
I do.
You too, Kyle?
Yeah.
They're not mine.
I don't.
I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not picking them to repeat. I don't think they're gonna repeat.
So
I got the feel. I got the feel.
No. You
Nah, yeah.
Come on.
We're not
I got
doing
the
the
feel.
Phil. We're not doing the Phil.
We're not letting
We're
you
not
off the
doing the
hook.
Phil.
So
I'll
who's your
take the Lakers
favorite?
over them right now.
Wow.
The Lakers over them.
Who?
Wow.
I think the Lakers over them.
Oh no.
Wow.
I think, like I said, I don't think they're gonna repeat. I would take the field against them.
You must really love Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes, or you love Bruce Brown even more. I don't see how the Lakers pass that. I don't see.
I don't know. I don't see Denver repeating. And I could be dead wrong, and maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, if you take the field, I'm not mad at it. But
I think whatchamacallit, that they played inspired basketball and had what most champions have to have, a series of fortunate events, and it'd be real interesting to see if they can repeat it. And hey, like I said, I think there's a difference between being the hunter and the hunted, and not too many teams like to be the hunted or relish the role. I don't know if they got that in them.
My fault. Let me just give you some quick breaking news. Russell Westbrook re-signed with the Clippers 2 years for $8 million.
Oh.
I don't know if that moves. I don't know if that moves the needle for either one of you.
That's most new favorite. That's most favorites now.
The field, part of the field. Yeah, B, part of the field. Yeah, you're right. B.
Now the Clippers, you just can't. More than LA, you talk about AD and Kyrie, like Kawhi and Paul George, their availability, you just can't depend on them. Hey,
hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Do you guys think the Denver Nuggets are going to repeat this upcoming NBA season 2024? Do you think they have what it takes to be the hunted and recapture their championship, defend their championship? Hit us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button. Hit that like button while you're at it. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, want to talk a little bit about some of the guys that are moving or anticipated to move? Reports today, I believe, or it might have been last night, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, says that Damian Lillard has requested a trade from the Portland Trailblazers. I want to sink my teeth into that. What do we think about that? Like,
I got a whole bunch of thoughts on this one.
Okay. Get at it.
Let's go.
All right. First of all, it just feels a little. People get on like LeBron and KD for moving, right? And when I say that, I'm talking like the media mostly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dame clearly states he wants to finish his career out in Portland. I feel like the media is almost like forcing him to leave. You know what I mean? Like I don't recall none of this until the media just said, "Oh, he should leave." And I think they almost like talked him to requesting a trade. That being said, big Dame fan. I just love his game, love everything he represents and everything. Does this matter?
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say it's not so much the media in a sense. I think it gets to the talk that we always have, like, what's the line of demarcation for greatness, P?
Chip.
Now, my thing is, if you keep on telling me that, hey, you're chasing down being great and you want to be a champion and you want to be great and you got eyes and you got a relatively high basketball IQ and your team keeps on putting you in a position where you can't be successful, at some point in time, I'm going to stop looking at the team and start looking at you and saying, how great do you really want to be? What does the championship really mean to you? Because you have the power or you have the wherewithal to go to management and say, hey, either this or trade me. Be in a position where, hey, I can be great, where I can chase down a championship. Now, if you can't do the LeBron James thing and force management to acquiesce to what you feel would build a championship team, then you need to go the other way and say, y'all need to get me out of here and put me in a better situation.
Okay.
And I think Dame was getting to that point where, hey, we were going to stop asking, hey, what the hell is going on with the Portland Trailblazers? And start asking Dame, hey, you talking about chip chasing? Why are you still in Portland?
Yeah, I don't recall him saying he was chip chasing. Maybe he
No,
did.
no, I'm not saying he said he was chip chasing, but I'm saying he's one of those players that have said, hey, I want to be the greatest. I want to be great. I want to. And what's the line of demarcation between good and great, P?
Chip. That being said, so are we saying he's going to win a chip? Because I feel like there's a lot of players that do that, but then you find out they just ain't good enough. Sorry.
Yeah, but I think at this point he's reaching that point where people are going to say, you need to at least try it. We need to find out if you're great or you're being hampered by Portland. I think that's where he's getting at with his legacy, where it's like, hey, we recognize the talent. We recognize, hey, you should be championship contender. Now, for the longest time, we were willing to accept the story of, oh, Portland is holding Dame back from being successful or being able to be a championship contender. Now, we need to find out for true. I think he needs to find out.
I feel like
how good you are.
This is just Milwaukee Giannis. I feel like they did the same thing, except Giannis just broke through and won.
No, they ended up trading for Drew Holiday. They got They got quality people around Giannis and people that were willing to start in their role. Porter Jr. That ilk, and allow Giannis to be great. And
can I ask a question? Can I ask an honest question? Seriously, because I like Dame. I think Dame is a really good player. I really do, and he's had a really good career. Who should be wanting this trade more, Dame or Portland?
I would say Dame, only because I don't know how you replace Dame if you're Portland. Like,
yeah, but you know you're not winning with Dame. You know you're not winning with Dame.
Right, but maybe
so you have to try something.
Yeah, to me, my whole thing with this whole rebuild thing, I think it's like I said in like the last show, it's like a stall tactic. If you really want to win, just bring in more talent for Dame. because Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons, that's not getting you nowhere. You hope that Scoot Henderson becomes Dame. So it's just a cycle.
But Dame has had talent around him.
And he made it to the
When?
Western Conference Finals. CJ McCullough, and
He's had
Okay.
CJ. He had LaMarcus Aldridge.
I think he made maybe. I don't know if they made the conference finals that year, but yeah.
And let's be easy about because you're saying it like, oh, he had talent around that should have made them a championship contender. No,
I'm saying
if you because LaMarcus Aldridge, when he was playing with him, LaMarcus Aldridge was in his feelings about, hey, I'm not the man anymore. Y'all done brought this young boy in, and he's taking the man spot, and that's why when he asked to be traded to San Antonio, and was so happy about that. But he got to go somewhere where he could be the man again.
But I feel if you make the conference championship, you're a contender. So I do think they were contenders because you're one of the best 4 teams or the last 4 remaining teams. If that's not a contender, then the only way you could be a contender is make it to the finals. Then, so I like how Finish his proposals question. But
look, I think if I was Portland, I would have been trying to move off Dame before this offseason, honestly speaking. I would have been trying to move off Dame before this offseason. And to be honest with you, I don't think Portland owes anything to Dame. They've paid him well over the course of his career. He's made over $200 million. He's guaranteed another $200 million. Why do I have to trade you to Miami and take less back than if I could trade you to Brooklyn, or if I could trade you to San Antonio, or if I can trade you to some other place that can give me back a better return? If I'm Portland, look, and the GM came out and said they're going to do what's best for the team. I'll try to get you to the place that you want.
If they do that, they'll never be able to attract star talent to Portland.
But you had the conversation last week. They're not attracting star talent anyway. So it doesn't matter.
My thing is, like right now, they will have the doubt. If you do that to Dame, you remove all doubt of ever being able to do that.
But
right now, it's a
debate.
It's a debate on whether or not they can attract, or how they can attract star players to Portland. If you do that to Dame Lillard, you will ensure for the next 10, 15 years, you will not attract the star level talent. You will not be getting star level talent through free agency. You'll have to draft like you did with Dame. You'll have to continue that. There will be no option of Zion or somebody coming over to them.
If Scoot turns out to be the player that they think Scoot is, they won't have a problem with it.
No, they'll be where they are right now.
Right?
If Scoot lives up to his billing, 10 years from now, we'll be saying Scoot leave. They're never going to build a championship team around you. Request a trade. So what's the point? So I feel like when you have a talent like Dame Lillard, instead of trading him all this time, you should have been building around him. And I know it's hard to get free agents, but you make the proper trades. Put it this way, I don't see how this makes you better. I think it gives you the illusion of making you better by taking a step back, just so you could get back to where you're already at right now.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, but that's the game, though, and whatnot. I think that's the game.
It's three-card Molly game because your fan base.
But I think
Wembanyama only comes around once every 20 years. I mean, Giannis only comes around right. The game is all right. I'm gonna play, reshuffle the deck. And let's just try to get a better hand the next time and whatnot. That's the game until you land on a Wembanyama or LeBron or Steph Curry or a Joker.
Right. So, but can't you got Joker with the 41st pick. So you mean that you have Dame, you can't draft another player to help him?
Well, I mean, that's a whole other question. Whether you want to talk about, them being able to draft well and develop players well, that's a whole other question than them being able to bring in free agents.
I mean, it's all
however they
wrapped up
get
in the same
yeah,
issues.
however they get there. Like Dame, we would agree is like at worst one of the top 3 Portland Trailblazers of all time,
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you can't win with him, you're just not going to be able to win.
Oh no! Oh, hold on. Let's not act like one of the top 3 Trailblazers of all time means that you have some all-time NBA great. I mean,
Okay.
Dame is very good.
Well,
he's not that guy.
He's top
not
75.
that guy though.
Okay, but he's top 75.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But he's not going to be that guy that can probably lead you to a championship.
So
they needed that guy.
So you're basically gonna keep doing this until you get that guy, basically.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody is doing.
No, that's not what Denver did.
No, that's not what LA do. That's not
what Denver did.
No. LA is the exception. Like I told you, LA has never had a problem getting superstars to come there, but everybody
or Boston,
else,
or
okay,
Miami.
But again, Boston had the Kevin Garnett trade that Kevin McHale gifted to Danny Ainge, right? They won their championship. And then they flipped that to the Nets for those draft picks that ultimately helped them result in Tatum and Brown and whatnot. But that's basically what everybody is doing. Everybody's doing the process. Everybody's doing the process.
I disagree because we're talking about Portland. Denver and Milwaukee showed you how to do it.
But they did it success. But they did. I mean, Milwaukee hit on Giannis.
Right.
They hit on Giannis.
And you hit on
Giannis.
And then they brought in Brook Lopez.
Dame is not Giannis. Dame is not Giannis.
No, okay, but can you get a Lopez? Okay, you can't get a Giannis, but can you get a Lopez? Can you get a Jrue Holiday?
But they've had decent enough. Look, if Dame was Giannis with the team that they had supporting Dame, they could have won an NBA championship.
No,
Dame is not Giannis. Dame didn't win a championship. Dame isn't ringless because of the team around him. Dame is ringless. Well, partially because of the team around him, but also partially because partially because of the team around him, but partially because he's not that great of a player. And he's not LeBron, he's not Steph, he's not Giannis.
And I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, you still could try to build around him instead of just blowing it up and being a lottery team next year. Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, at this point, the story is written, though. We know what we're going to get in Portland. There's no.
And that's why Dame got to leave. That's why Dame got to leave.
And I think it's best for both parties.
Be great.
It's best for both parties.
And now to be fair, I think Portland. I don't agree with what they're doing by trying to blow it up and just recycle smoke and mirrors, and he's going to do the same thing over again and over again. Now, what happens if Dame goes to Philly or Miami and doesn't win? Now, I know it kind of reinforces what you just said. That means he's not that guy. But what I'm saying is, then you might as well stay in Portland. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what I mean,
if I'm Dame,
it's difference between being George Gervin or Charles Barkley. You know what I mean? Like, George Gervin stayed with San Antonio. Known as San Antonio great. Or you Charles Barkley, but didn't win a chip. Or you Charles Barkley, hey, you moved, your best season is not with the team that drafted you. It's with Phoenix, and you still don't have a chip. You're a very good player. You don't ever cross that line of demarcation of, hey, having a championship.
Yeah, because I kind of agree with maybe he's just not that guy. It's nothing. That's not disparaging. There's only maybe 5 or 6 dudes in the league that could lead you to a championship. But I don't know. I guess I kind of wanted to see Dame whole career in Portland because I'm not sure if he goes somewhere he's going to win anyway. To be honest, you know what I mean. And we'll probably get into James Harden later, but
yeah, I want to kind of get into James Harden right now. That was a good segue. Um,
I've been doing this.
James
We've been
Harden.
doing this for a while now. We've been doing this for a while.
James Harden just opted into his player option. 1 year, I think 36.5 million, if I'm not mistaken, and he has requested a trade. Right now, early reports are saying that looks like the Clippers, maybe still Houston in the mix for him. But what do we think about James Harden at this point? What's his story now? I remember someone putting in the chat at one point in time, how many teams does it take for someone to be considered a journeyman?
And I'm still waiting on the answer. Still
Yeah.
waiting on the answer. I'm just asking. I'm asking
How
for
many
a friend.
jerseys? How many jerseys are there right now for Harden? It's four jerseys.
OKC, Houston, Brooklyn, Philly, and counting.
Philly.
Four
You
and
counting,
counting.
right?
And counting. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Shout out to my man Hill, man. I need you on the show.
Yeah, I wish he was here
because he's a Harden guy, and I mess with Harden, but I'm kind of like this idea that Harden doesn't have help. I feel like Harden had help his whole career.
He's never not had help. He's
Right?
just not that dude. He's just not that guy.
You started off with Westbrook and Durant. Like that, you came into the league with Westbrook and Durant. You went to Houston, and he balled out in Houston. One of the maybe like a 5-year stretch, probably one of the best offensive year.
When he first got,
then you had Dwight Howard, right?
Not too.
Then you had Westbrook. Then you had Westbrook again.
And Chris Paul.
Then you had Chris Paul. Then you went to Brooklyn and got KD again. And then Kyrie Irving. And currently Joel Embiid. Bro, we could speculate about Dame, which is fair. Harden has showed me he's not that guy. Yeah, and again, I don't mean it as a disparaging thing. When I say he's not that guy, I mean he can't be the best player on the championship team, which there's people who's probably in people's top 50 that can't do that. So that's not disparaging James Harden. I think he's one of the top 50 players to ever play basketball. But clearly, he can't lead you to a championship because on paper, if you have two MVPs on one team, don't you think you should at least make the conference finals? Two MVPs on one team.
So, like, I know I started off with he's not that dude, but at this point, I'm questioning whether he could be a piece on a championship team. I'm questioning that because what I've seen from Harden is, hey, willing to acquiesce to one player, but then he wants to get back into his old bag when he was an MVP candidate. And when that's not working for him, he doesn't go back to, hey, let's work together to try to work this out. Or let me try to make you better, MVP Joel Embiid. Let me try to get you off. What I've seen is, hey, if he doesn't get his stuff off, other people have to get involved. He's often sitting in the corner pouting about not getting the ball and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's the type of player that you can have on the championship team. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm the only one seeing this. But that's what I saw in Philly.
It's hard to it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I mean, and this is kind of near and dear to me because I kind of saw this with Carmelo. These guys that, get later in their careers and really need to kind of be adjusting the way that they play, they have a hard time with it. Now, I don't say Doc is the best coach in the league. He's obviously not the best coach in the league and whatnot, but I think it's been widely reported that Harden and Doc didn't see eye to eye. I don't know if it's going to be better wherever else he goes. You know, does he think Ty Lue is going to be different if he went to the Clippers?
That's the same
I
coaching tree,
mean,
isn't it? Like,
it's the same coach. It's the same. It's the same coach. It's the same coaching tree. So, you know, Harden is really he's at that crossroads for a veteran player where it's like you got to decide like how long you want to extend your career. You know, because you can stay your stubborn self, and you'll be out the door very shortly. I mean, nobody's gonna re-up you for big money when you have this bad attitude. Or you can maybe adjust the way you play, try to become more of a team player and extend your career. I mean, look, Vince Carter played a very long time in the NBA. Now, I'm not saying everybody wants to have that type of extended NBA career, but I mean, if Harden wants to extend his NBA career, he's going to have to, as Mo said, kind of adjust the way that he approaches the game. And I don't know if that means, you know, playing with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, will that help him feel more comfortable in doing that?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Russell Westbrook, you have a veteran team. You're gonna have a veteran team there. Is he gonna be fine? And that's a scary team when you just say it out loud.
10 years ago,
Say,
yes.
say it out loud.
No,
Say-
10 years ago. Now it's scary for a whole different reason. No, but when you bring up like the Vince, I mean, the Vince thing, I guess I don't want to dig on Vince Carter. I think he just gave up after like 10 years in the league. He just floated around. But I do look at someone like maybe like a KG or Paul Gasol, to your point, where you're used to being the man, but you go to this team and you're just like, okay, whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of see your point there. I just thought of those two plays. Like Paul Gasol, you had no choice. It was Kobe, so you know got to get in line.
I mean, just to kind of make a comparison to another player that was traded, Chris Paul is going to have to make the same adjustment in Golden State. He's going to have to make the same adjustment, and it seems like he's embracing it so far. As much as players don't like him, I think Chris Paul, has the reputation of being a consummate professional, at least when it comes to work. He's very professional in his approach to work and whatnot. That's the same approach James Harden is going to have to take wherever he lands.
And we still not sure how many uniforms into your journey, man. We still working on that?
Yeah, we're still working on
We're
that.
still working.
Where do we want to speculate that he's going to land? Where do you guys think he's going to land?
Wherever Dame doesn't land.
No, I think he's the silver medal.
Yeah.
As far as trade goal, yeah, I think he's the silver medal.
If you're Philadelphia, do you see if you can trade him for Dame?
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. And they actually, there were reports that Philadelphia had no interest in including Tyrese Maxey in any trades. Even though they didn't extend him this off season. If I'm Philadelphia, look, Tyrese Maxey can't stop you from trading for Dame Lillard. Your window with Joel Embiid is not gonna be forever and whatnot. You have to make that deal if you can make that deal and whatnot. If I'm a Philadelphia fan and I hear that Daryl Morey didn't want to trade for Dame Lillard because they asked for Tyrese Maxey, I'm burning the city down. Don't burn the city down. But because like again, so you know, at that point, like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Completely agree.
Definitely. Well, this is just the start of free agency. We just getting into it. We're gonna have a lot coming up. So hey, stay tuned. Yeah, and I can't wait to get Hill on this subject too. But as we wrap up, what's on your radar besides free agency?
For me, well, it is free agency. That's kind of the only thing I've been locked in for the past couple of days. I don't know what else is going on earth right now. But the San Antonio Spurs, I was interested in to see what they were going to do. They really didn't make any moves. I thought Fred VanVleet would be a good pickup, but now I see the bag that he got. I know why they didn't go after him. But so it looks like they're going to just build through the draft or whatever. They're not trying to get any big name free agents just yet. I guess they want to see what they got. Yeah. Yeah,
nice and easy.
And Christian Wood, I'm curious to see where he lands. I like the kid's game. So I'm just curious to see where he lands. I know that's like random, but I like the kid's game.
Kyle, what's on the radar, man?
I know Summer League starts this week. I think Victor's first game. I think the Spurs play. He's not playing in the he's playing in the Vegas Summer League, which I think starts later this week. His first game is on July 7th. And they're supposed to be playing the Hornets, so him and Brandon Miller will get to face up. So I'm going to be I'm going to be tuned in. I'm going to be tuned in to see Victor.
One of the things that I'm going to say to you though is, I think if San Antonio is being smart, you won't see him July 7th. Because he just came off a championship run with the league.
Are we doing load management already? We doing load management in Summer League? Early. No, come on, man. We can't do load management in Summer League, baby. Early. Dog, oh my gosh. You won't be getting
no Chet Holmgren on us. No Chet Holmgren on us.
Oh my gosh.
Nope. Yep. If they're smart, you won't see him in July, brother.
Oh, Jesus. All right, no doubt.
You'll see him in August, maybe September, but you won't see him in July, brother.
Yeah, you know what? Pop started that load management stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised.
And because think about, like I say, he played the postseason. He played, and they have playoffs just like the NBA. And he went to the championship.
Was he 18, 19? Dog, we used to play at Central Ave all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 700 days a year. Come on, man. Let's knock it off. Let's knock it off.
What's on my radar? I saw the Craven the Hunter trailer. That's on my radar.
Did that start this week?
Craven the Hunter. I saw the trailer. The trailer came out late last week. So I'm excited about that coming out. Saw some early pictures for Venom 3, I think. So I'm there for those things. Yeah, I'm not super exhausted.
Secret Invasion? What about Secret Invasion?
Yeah, I gotta get there for that. Right now, having some work done in the house, and my Wi-Fi, my cable is out, so I can't really get into it yet.
Gotcha.
I'm coming. Fellas, yeah, boy. Hey, Kyle, thank you for coming through.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Peace, for real.
Just asking for a friend. How many jerseys into your journey, man? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Inquiring mind was one to know.
All right, fellas. It's been real.
Take it easy.
All right, peace, y'all.